Welcome to Earthy Goddess Mumma. This is a daily reading for the 30th of April 2020. Just want you to come back into your body. Feel yourself on the earth, grounded by Mama Gaia. I'm just going to chime this 3 times to bring us here and now in this time, space, reality. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your support and loyalty to this channel. So I grabbed the Osho again today. We have a very intuitive, receptive energy around with the moon in Cancer, trine Neptune and Pisces. Because we have the slowing down of communications, more grounded communication happening now because Mercury's moved into Taurus. And it's conjunct Mercury's conjunct, the Sun and Uranus. So there's a light shining on, grounding ideas into reality and sudden, real, practical, innovative solutions I'm hearing to what's going on. And, this is really, because our thought, we're slow, there's a slowing down, our thought process is slower because the Mercury's moved out of Gemini. But we also have this very receptive energy with the moon in Cancer today. Venus is also squaring Neptune, Venus in Gemini, so just be careful. There might be a little bit of a illusionary kind of energy, rose-tinted glasses, refusing to see flaws. Yes, I'm hearing just slow down, one thing at a time, one message at a time, just embody whatever you bring in, take it, sit with it, don't allow it to emotionally overwhelm you. I'm hearing that, a lot of the things that we're learning and coming to know that's happening can create an emotional response. Be aware that, you allow those emotions to come up and out, but, just be careful how much energy and focus you're giving to those things. We can feel the fear, the anger, the powerlessness. We can feel all those feelings, but don't get stuck in those emotions while pushing against whatever is creating those emotions. We need to, feel it, bring it up to the surface, allow expression, and then just stop the focus on that in that emotive way. Once we've released the emotions, coming back to center, and then you'll find that you're more receptive. There's more of a an ability to really grow spiritually from these emotional responses to what's happening. But don't allow yourself to be stuck in the emotions, pushing against, resisting, because what you're doing is giving whatever you're pushing against more power. Instead, write all your feelings down, get it all out, dance, move that energy out, and then sit quietly with whatever solutions can come up from a heart centered, connected place, not from base chakra, sacral chakra, anger and survival. If you want solutions, you need to, raise your consciousness, raise it up, but don't allow the emotions to stay stuck either. Find balance there. But once you're in flow with that, it just happens naturally. Again, there's that energy of, really, it can either be an escapism or real, you can really be growing from this experience. It can be a real embodiment of spiritual truths, like an embodiment of staying centered regardless of what's going on externally. I mean, this is a big lesson, to be fine-tuned in what you're focusing on. Yeah? Not giving power to things that you don't want to give power to. Yeah. And, you know, so there's, you know, finally, people can be in extreme escapism, or really, it can be a mass spiritual awakening happening. So here, projections. This is where most of the healing's occurring, and always does, you know, where relationships is such a healing. Projections. Are you really seeing the person in front of you, or this is what I'm talking about. This is this Neptune Pisces squared Venus in Gemini. Are you really seeing the other person, or a projected image that you've created of them? You're seeing all your flaws being played out in front of you, all the best parts of yourself. So you're moving beyond illusion here. This is Judgment. This is the Seven of Water. So we're moving out of illusion. Everything, all is self, yeah? Consciousness, the only real place of creation, is inside of us. We hold all of creation inside of us. This card here, it's really all about understanding that whenever you don't look outside for what's real, but to continue looking within. Like I was talking before, we don't want to be putting our emotional energy on pushing against whatever we don't want. We need to keep coming back in and visualize what we do want to create. This is really about dropping your opinionated mind. Are our beliefs really necessary? Or do our beliefs lead to a lot of suffering? My reading yesterday was about your beliefs and unconscious ones that you don't realize are playing out in your life every day. Osho believes that the capacity to doubt is one of the greatest blessings to humanity. The religions have been enemies because they've been cutting at the very roots of doubt. And there is a reason why people have been doing that. Because they want people to believe in certain illusions that they've been preaching. But all of us right now are seeing beyond illusions, the illusions of science, the illusions of vaccines being for health, for the people in authority having our best interests at heart, having an app to keep us safe from this virus. Honestly, we're all seeing beyond the illusion and seeing into the corruption on the largest scale from the people in the most power on our planet. Yeah, they want us to keep believing certain illusions that they've been preaching. And like today, I saw a post of here in Australia, the Queensland Premier sitting down to get a vaccine. Look, it's okay for me. It was so blatantly done that they didn't take the cap off the needle to give her the vaccine. It's like a big joke now that they don't even really need to hide what they are doing because we're so stuck in the mire of illusion. We have these sets of beliefs that they've got our best interests at heart, that we would just want to believe that they have our best interests at heart, but do they? Do you really sit and question? I remember posing this question to myself in my early 20s when I realized, when I was looking at what was in food and thinking, how can they put this stuff in food? How can they, when it's known to create cancers and sicknesses? And I remember sitting for days going, wow, what is this? If they really cared about us, would they be doing that? And so that, that planted the seed for me to continue questioning and continue looking into everything. Hospital births, home births, non-vaccine, vaccine, schooling system, homeschooling. Constantly questioning what is best for me. They might not have our best interests at heart. Do we even want to question that illusion that we've been living under, the beliefs that we've held for so long that we believe is true, that people in power, like our governments, care about us? That's why we're all going to grab that app, because they care about us. Really? Come on. It's an illusion. How you perceive someone is your perception. Someone else perceives that same person completely differently. Yeah? I'm going to read this. I think it's really an important message for us now. Okay. So the man and the woman, I'm just going to grab my glasses, sorry. The man and the woman in the card are facing each other, yet they are not able to see each other clearly. Each is projecting an image they have constructed in their minds, covering the real face of the person that they are looking at. All of us can get caught up in projecting movies of our own making onto situations and people surrounding us. It happens when we're not fully aware of our own expectations, desires, and judgments. Instead of taking responsibility for them and owning them, we try and attribute them to others. A projection can be devilish or divine, disturbing or comforting, but it is a projection nonetheless. A cloud that prevents us from seeing reality as it is. The only way out is to recognize the game. When you find a judgment arising about another, turn it around. Does what you see in others really belong to you? Is your vision clear or clouded by what you want to see? This is on every level now. It might be easier to stay in the illusion of seeing our leaders the way we want to see them, rather than the truth. Our minds might be like going through all this information, especially since we had Mercury and Gemini, all of this information sharing. And it can lead to insomnia because it's heavy, it's big, there's lots of stuff going on, there's new things coming to the surface. Or we might just want, those beliefs that we hold that, they have our best interests at heart, everything's okay. Is it real? What is real? We're moving beyond illusion, but we can only move beyond illusion when we come inside, in stillness, sit quietly, and find our own truth. Free from all the external chatter, the stats, the scientific evidence, all of that. Blah, blah. This is the divine feminine energy rising now. It is that feeling place, that heart of deep knowing and deep trust for what is. Seeing through illusions and projections. Seeing through the silly games that are being played out by the media and in politics. We don't need any scientific data for that. It's obvious. For those that have the eyes to see and the quiet mind and open heart to hear and feel and understand. Anyway, I love you so much. Have an amazing Thursday. Bye.